Before I start this video, I just want to share with you guys something that I do at my home. I collect the first issues of a bunch of comic book series, and I like to put them on my wall, just like how people would put posters on the wall. I like to put comics on my wall, but only the first issue of each series, just because I don't know. I don't really have a reason. I just like collecting these because it's cool, and eventually they'll get value one day, and hopefully when I sell them, they'll be very valuable. But for now, I'm just collecting it not for like a sales purpose, but just because I like to put I like to just collect them. So this is Dark Hawk #1, and this one was about $10. Not too much, but I also got one more, and this one was Ghost Rider #1. This one was $125, but this is the first time I've ever seen a Ghost Rider comic book, like the first one, so I just wanted to collect it right away. And that is it. But the first thing I have to share today is that The Boys Season 2 has finally gotten a release date for September 4 this year. And so far there's already been a trailer on it that came out like a few months ago if you haven't seen it. But yeah. Now on to some Wonder Woman 84 updates. We got a first look at what the villain of Wonder Woman 84 is going to look like. It is Cheetah. And in my opinion, I think it looks pretty cool. She looks a little more human than what I thought she would be. But, like, in my opinion, it still looks pretty badass. I'm just hoping that they don't take the direction of what they did with cats, because, in my opinion, it looks like a cat lady's fever dream. And I wasn't exactly too fond of how they looked in cats and how they acted in cats. But, yeah, I think this is going to be a good look. I'm excited to see how the character is going to play off, and hopefully everything goes great in the film. So, and also I found out that Warner Brothers is considering restarting their DC Universe franchise that they got going, and I'm honestly hoping that it will be good, because I still like all the DC movies that they came out with, because they got some that I actually enjoyed a lot. But in terms of like the build-up, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of how all that went out. One thing that does make me nervous about this, though, is that I'm just hoping that they're not going to just remake, because I can handle like one or two, but like there will be a point where even I will kind of start to get a little bit sick of it. But for now, since it's just going to be their first remake of the whole Justice League franchise and all their build up to make a team, I'm hoping that it's going to be as good as the MCU, if not better. Alright, so next on DC updates, apparently director Matt Reeves, which is going to be making the new Batman trilogy, he claims that this coming Batman movie isn't going to have the same, it's not going to be competing for like a very dark tone like all of like the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, so like Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, and for all the Batman movies that Ben Affleck has been in, which is like Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad and Justice League. Apparently, Matt Reeves is claiming that movie is not going to try to be as dark as those other ones. Instead, have its own tone, so it can be different from the other ones. I don't really know what that means. I mean, obviously that means it's going to have a different tone, but I'm just hoping it's not going to be super duper like an MCU film. Not trying to like bash on MCU films, but like Batman isn't exactly a character that I can consider being like a happy, friendly type character, because everything that he has been in has always been serious, whether it's like a comic book or a cartoon or a TV show or other movies. He's mainly like always the serious like guy. And also, in DC news, we got word that Titans Season 3 is now in pre-production to get its third season going. And honestly, I haven't watched the Titans show, but I'm kind of thinking about it, because there's quite a few characters in there that I've seen in cartoons that I'm interested in checking out how they are in their live-action versions. And last, for our DC side today, we got a new John Constantine movie coming out. I'm not sure about really a whole lot, except for that it's going to feature the character John Constantine. And I hear that it's also maybe gonna bring out a storyline involving like a team called Justice League Dark. I don't know too much about these guys, but they mainly deal with a lot of like supernatural like threats, like demons and all that other stuff. And the members in the Justice League Dark team are we got Deadman, John Constantine, Zatanna, Madame Xanadu, I think it was. Then we got Shade, and we got the Changing Man. And like I said, I'm not all sure about how these guys are going to approach it. They just have decided that they want to do kind of like what Netflix did in their Marvel shows, like with Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. They wanted to get a little like their little shows, then eventually have like a little build-up one. And yeah. Alright, so first thing we got for Marvel news. For the upcoming Black Widow movie, there's going to be a passing of the baton where Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, passes down the mantle to her, what I believe is her sister, Yelena Belova. I'm hoping that I pronounced her name right. But yeah, so I'm assuming that means that Yelena is going to be in future MCU films taking on the Black Widow mantle. And let's see where she can go with that. Alright, and other updates for Marvel's news. We've got word that Ant-Man 3 is going to start pre-production on June of 2021. And I'm actually a little more excited for this than I've been for the other Ant-Man films. And I say that because they're going to have the same director as the other two. They're going to have the same actors as the other two. But one of the writers from Rick and Morty is going to be writing this Ant-Man film. And I love Rick and Morty. I forgot about actually the Rick and Morty thing until a second ago, because what you guys didn't see is that I messed it up saying the writer's the same, but I just remembered that it wasn't. So I just kind of got excited to find out that one of the writers from Rick and Morty is going to be doing this. So, all right, and for the last news we got for today, which is also Marvel, we got a rumor going around in Marvel Studios saying that Thanos is they're thinking of a way to make the character Thanos return into the MCU. And when I say return, I'm not saying that like he's going to come back and fight some more or like as like a sequel, but more of a prequel. Like they're going to probably go into Thanos's like origin story or where he was before the events of Endgame and Infinity War. And to me, I actually like that because Thanos is actually my favorite villain in the MCU. So to see him get a little more movie time than just 2 films plus a cameo in like other films, I would like to know how Thanos got to where he was, how he became the Mad Titan that everyone loves to hate, and I'm just curious to see how they can get from that. Or you know what I mean? I just messed up my words. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you for watching my video this week, and please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you can get a notification every time I post a new video. Leave me a like, a comment on how I did this week, and I hope to see you guys next week for more geek news, and I'll catch you guys later.